This is Newsbeat from OU Daily. I'm your host, Peggy Dodd. Welcome back to campus. Here's what happened during the first week of classes. This year's freshman class is the largest and most diverse in university history. The class of 2027 clocks in at just over 5,200 students. OU President Joseph Harris Jr. wrote in a press release that he is proud to welcome this class into the OU family. For more information on the academic and diversity statistics of the incoming class, visit oudaily.com. The city of Norman launched its on-demand rideshare service on Monday. The service is available to Norman residents, including OU students. The first 6 trips are free, but a trip will cost just $2 after that. Even after the first 6, all trips are free during OU Safe Ride hours. If you're wondering where you can park on campus while avoiding the dreaded OU parking ticket, OU Daily compiled a list. Students, if you want to park on campus, don't forget to purchase a parking pass. The Daily also put together a list of what campus restaurants are open this semester. You can find both on our website. The OU College of Medicine honored the Chickasaw Nation Medical Center in Ada for excellence in training new medical professionals. The center was recognized as an outstanding premier medical education hub. OU and the center are partnered to recruit and guide students from tribal, rural, or underserved areas in the state. Some changes are coming to the OU Division of Student Affairs. Leaders there have shifted the organizational chart. New Student Programs is headed by Director Evan Razor and facilitates events like Camp Crimson and New Student Orientation. Razor and his staff will now report to Kristen Partridge, Associate Vice President and Associate Dean of Students. Moving from Partridge's management is OU's Career Center, now reporting directly to Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Students David Surratt. The Daily obtained an email that said these moves were made to ensure a seamless and engaging programming experience for freshmen and new students. OU Daily's Best of Norman 2023 voting is opened until this Sunday, August 27th. Let us know your favorite Norman restaurant, shop, or happy hour spot. You can catch the stories about these local businesses in the Best of Norman guide, hitting racks, and our website this September. Curious about what you missed this summer? Pick up the Back to School guide on racks now. Here's the top 5 stories from the summer. A new restaurant could be coming to the northeast corner of Lindsay Street and Berry Road. An architect on the project said Hal Smith Restaurants verbally committed to filling the space. Hal Smith runs several businesses in Norman, including Neighborhood Jam and the Winston. That proposal will go through the Planning Commission before heading to Council. The city's Planning Commission denied the city's request for rezoning property on Porter Avenue to create a housing shelter. The project has faced opposition from some community members, including the owners of Tara Mahara's Mexican Cafe and Cantina. The shelter was meant to serve as a temporary shelter with a price tag of anywhere from $1.5 to $2 million. After 44 years, Norman's service station closed its doors at the end of July. The gas station-themed restaurant first opened in 1978 and soon became a staple for Normanites and OU students. Owner Keaton Johnson celebrated his 65th birthday by retiring from the industry and saying goodbye to his restaurant. In July, the United States Supreme Court struck down affirmative action, citing OU in the decision to ban the consideration of race in college admissions. The case of McLaren v. Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education ruled that George McLaren, OU's first black student, couldn't be refused admission based on his race. And lastly, State Superintendent of Public Instruction Ryan Walters was met with an angry crowd when he spoke to the Cleveland County Republican Party in July. During the meeting, Walters was asked about history curriculums and how teaching the Tulsa Race Massacre does not fall under his definition of critical race theory. Walters said saying the massacre was inherently because of skin color was critical race theory, but people should judge the actions of individuals. To hear more about the meeting, read the article on oudaily.com. OU's season opener against Arkansas State will kick off at 11 a.m. on Saturday, September 2nd. Tailgating will also make its return to Lindsay Street at the start of the season. With school back in session, the calendar on our website is filling up with different events. Watch OU volleyball play Gonzaga and Purdue Fort Wayne later tonight in Norman. OU soccer will compete at Samford on Sunday. Stop by the Housing Center Student Association's Welcome to OU event in the Couch Center Storm Shelter on Monday to celebrate the beginning of the year. Around Norman, Representative Jared Deck will play a free show during Porch Fest in the Miller District on Saturday. More live music can be found at different businesses and bars also on Saturday. For more details, check out the calendar tab on our website. Thanks for listening to the Newsbeat from OU Daily. This is the Daily's weekly news podcast, and you just happen to be listening to its debut episode. New episodes of the Newsbeat will air every Friday. Each episode will give you a short recap of what happened on campus and across Norman that week. Be on the watch for longer, special editions about each of our print productions. During those episodes, you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at articles and hear from the reporters about their stories before you pick up a copy. In the meantime, keep up with us throughout the week on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at The OU Daily, and on our website at oudaily.com. Sports fans, check out the OU Daily Sports Podcast. Hear the latest in OU sports and commentary from sports editors Colton Soley and assistant sports editors Jason Patacchio and Louis Razor. You can find that on YouTube, Spotify, and on oudaily.com. If you'd like to read more about the stories you heard on this podcast, you can find those and more online. My name is Peggy Dodd. I'm a news editor here at The Daily. I'll see you next week on the Newsbeat.